Hey guys, welcome to episode 14 of the Awesome Blossom Knits podcast. My name is Lauren and thank you so much for joining me today. I do not have any finished projects to talk about this week, so before I jump into works in progress, I thought I would tell you about the sweater I'm wearing since that is knit by me a few years ago now. The pattern is called After the Rain by Heidi Kermeyer, and it's a simple raglan stockinette sweater. It's written for DK weight, but I used a worsted weight yarn. I used Knit Picks Wool of the Andes in Fjord Heather and Baltic Heather. And I really like this sweater, but I don't get to wear it as often as I would like because it is very warm and it doesn't get cold enough here to wear it very often. So at some point I'd like to knit this pattern again in a DK weight yarn, so maybe I'll get more use out of it. That is what I'm wearing. Moving into works in progress, the first one is these socks that I'm working on. So I finished the first one and I'm almost done with the second sock actually. So the yarn I'm using on these is my own hand-dyed yarn. So that's Awesome Blossom Knits yarn. The green color is called Jameson, and the gray is the Perfect Gray. And I'm not using a pattern, so I just kind of made this up. If the stitch pattern I'm using has a name, I don't know what it is. I was just playing around doing different stitches from a stitch dictionary I have, and I changed one of them up a bit and came up with this. But it's really easy, so I imagine someone else has come up with the same stitch before, but I don't know what it's called or anything. So, and then I just put that stitch pattern that I liked onto a sock. And I'm knitting these cuff down. I did a German twisted cast on, and I did the same short row heel that I talked about last episode. I don't know what it's called, but it's a modified version of the Arnie and Carlos short row heel that uses decreases and increases to close the gaps. And you may notice these are shorty socks. I want to knit more short socks this year because I think I have a pretty good collection now of longer socks, but I like short socks for in the summer and I need more of those. So I'm going to be knitting more of these this year. And like I said, second sock, I'm actually at the point where I'm going to start the toe now. I've already cut the yarn and I just need to attach the gray for the toe. You might notice the stitch pattern on the front of the sock kind of is denser, so it looks like there's a lot of extra fabric like on the bottom of the sock because it's not as, I don't know, it's not as long this way. But once you put it on the sock blocker or on your foot, it doesn't really matter. It kind of evens out. And the stitch pattern isn't super stretchy lengthwise, but it is really stretchy widthwise, which is nice for a sock. And I think that's all I had to say about these. Here's that stitch pattern again. If anyone is interested, I might write this up as a pattern. It would probably just be a free pattern on Ravelry, but yeah, if you're interested, let me know. Just leave a comment. If no one's interested, then I won't, but it's an option. So that's those. I have quite a bit of the yarn left, the green yarn. And I'll probably just save this and maybe knit some kids' socks later in the year out of that. The second work in progress I have is also a sock. I've just started the first sock, So, and this is going to be a Scrappy Franken sock. How's it wear? I've picked out, I think, 11 or 12 different colors of sock yarn scraps that I want to use for these, and just cast on a plain vanilla sock. This first yarn is Wool Fiend in the Mother of Dragons colorway, which is a Game of Thrones inspired colorway. The second yarn I have here is Knit Pick Stroll in Dogwood Heather. And the third one is a yarn by Heartworm Studios, and it was called Aqua Dream number 2. And these are also going to be shorty socks, so I'm actually at the point where I need to start the heel on this one. I don't like my shorty socks to be too short. Like, I don't like to just, you know, knit a short cuff and then go right into the heel. I like to have a little bit of leg there so that it comes up over my ankle bone, because I feel like they stay on better, just feel a little bit more secure. So that's that. These are also, use a German twisted cast on, and the needles on both of these pairs of socks, I'm using Chaogu red lace in the size 0 or 2 millimeter with a 32-inch cable. And that is my Frankensocks. My last work in progress is one I showed you last time, which is this sock yarn scrappy blanket. I am using the Easy Hexagon pattern by Elizabeth Purdue and a 3.5 millimeter hook. This is crocheted, of course. And I'm just using various sock yarn scraps. So it has grown a little bit since last week, so I thought I would just show you my progress on that. I am loving it. And that is all the knitting and crochet projects that I'm currently working on. I would like to start a new sweater soon though, and I think I've chosen a pattern. I want to knit the Abelia sweater by Sudi Samola, and I haven't started it yet because I need to order some more yarn. I want to dye the yarn myself for the sweater, but I need to order some more bare yarn to be able to dye a sweater's quantity. So let me just show you what colors I want to use though. This is the same gray that I used on the green socks here for the heels, toes, and cuffs. And this is Amethyst. I think this would make a really nice sweater. Amethyst would be the main color, and then the gray would be accent color. Yeah, so I want to knit the Abelia, or no, Abelia by Sudi Samola in these colors. So hopefully that'll be happening soon. One last thing I wanted to share with you is a few podcast recommendations if you're looking for some new knitting podcasts to check out. So the first one is Braid and Tinker with Melanie. Second one is Quick Knit Chats with Ashley. And the third is Sweet Lavender Knits, and that's hosted by Christine. And I will link to all three of those ladies in the description box below. That is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have an awesome week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.